It's like your pants.
I'll be quiet.
Hey? It's like Dad's pants after haymaking. Right, 6:30 in the evening and it's scorchio hot still. Let's have a look at the thermometer. In the shade here.
It's 28.
What is it? 28 in the shade. Just about to see that. So the thing is, I've noticed that one of the trees in the field, the horse chestnut I planted probably 10 years ago, is starting to look really yellow, and I'm a little bit worried whether it's dying off with the heat. And also the two trees we planted back in the autumn, two apple trees in that orchard down there, I'm a bit worried they're not going to make it if I don't go out and water them, because they won't have much root structure. So I've got a plan. Me and Jack are going watering. What's that?
Dinner.
We're going. He's cheeky, isn't he? Are you cheeky? Are you cheeky? You are cheeky. Right, we're going to water some trees. We'll have a look when we get out and about. Right, here we go. We have 1,000 litres of water to water these trees with in this container. I can't remember what you call it. It's an ICB or U or something. They got a name, haven't they? ICB, ICU thingy, whatever. Anyway, this actually came from Wall's Ice Cream Factory in Gloucester, and a friend of mine got it. He lives in Gloucester and gave it to me. I think they just dispose of them. Basically, they concentrate like raspberry ripple flavour or whatever comes in these containers, and afterwards they're no good to them. But they're brilliant for farming because you can carry 1,000 litres of water around. So what our plan is to go down with this. It's a bit dusty, funky. Okay, Rod's the right farmer out there. You know what I'm saying. Right, so we got this. This is our special watering chute. Jack, you're in charge of watering chute, look. Are you staying on there?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to go down.
We used to use this on like old fields where we had...
On what?
The water, when we had the field along there.
Yeah, we used to take this container to water for cows with a field. We had a field that didn't have a trough in it. Right, so if you stay there, hold on tight. I'm going to drive down and we'll go and see this first tree. I managed to persuade Jack to get off to open the gate for me. Right there. That's good. I managed to persuade Jack to jump out to open the gates for me. Just getting in and out of the tractor is a pain in the ass when you're up this high. Right, going across here. I can see this tree from here. It's looking a bit sick. Let's get down and have a look at it. Right, there it is. I've just got to judge this right because I've got to get a distance from the container. It's a bit tricky because you've got to get a distance right for the pipe to reach the tree, and also you've got to line up the chute. Right, that's what we do. Let's get out. Do you see what I mean about this tree, Jack? Doesn't look good, does it? Look at it. Well, take the side down. If you undo the clip that end, that looks. Look at that. I mean, there's green on it, but look at it. It's all frying up. Shouldn't do that. I mean, it's quite an old tree. It should be past the danger, really. Whoa! Oh, by the way, you're supposed to let go of it gently. Okay, can you get that pipe? Right. So I am surprised a tree this age is dying. Normally, I mean, if you go around housing estates now, all these new housing estates they build, they whack in trees that size. And then they don't bother watering them, and then you go back a year's time and they're all dead. It really frustrates me to see that. This one I planted probably 10 years ago, and I would have thought it should be all right by now because the root structure should be pretty developed, but I'm thinking now maybe it's on rock here. There is a bit of rock on this area. Anyway, right, let's have a look. We might have to move the tractor a little bit. So what you do is you just hook that on there, but let's just see. Of course we've got all this grown over it.
I can smell that.
I think, Jack, I think what I need to do is come back, reverse a little bit, line that up with there. So I need to reverse that and come in about a foot. So I'll just do that and then we'll have a look, all right? where it's going to be a bit. I've got moved it now. It's going to be a bit tricky. Right, feed. I think that side of the post. Feed that through there. Of course, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? Right, that's it. Feed it through. Is it going through? What we got? We got so many thorns.
No, Dad's leaving.
Can you do it? Can you feed it through? Go on, my son. Go on, you're literally my son, aren't you?
Oh,
Go on.
like, no,
Come on,
no.
you can do it. Are you going to need Dad Magic to do it? Let's have a go. Look. Look at. Right. I can actually see there's a flipping big branch. That's it. We got it. We're on a roll. Right. Do you want to do the honours? Turn her on, big boy.
How do I just do this?
Push it. Yeah. There you go. Can you hear that? Can't actually see it, can we? It's probably not going exactly where the tree. It's not far. It really wants to come over this way a bit. Look, it's gushing. No, the branches are in the way. Let me just. Right, we've repositioned it now a little bit. I've just moved the trailer in. I think that's about. Yeah, but you're not going to get it perfect because of all the.
Yeah.
If you turn that on, yeah, fire. So we'll put the line there. That's where it was. We want to go down to about there because the rest can be for the younger trees. Because this needs more water, this size of this tree. Let's have a look. Can we see where the water's going? I can't even see. It's going in there because I can see. I can see it's in the vicinity of the roots anyway, and that will soak down through the soil. But you can see now. So this grass is fairly long. I'll leave that running a minute. This grass is fairly long, but it's starting to scorch up. The shorter the grass, the quicker it scorches up. So I'm looking at our grazing. The problem, there's two problems we got now. Is anything we graze now isn't regrowing really. We really need a lot of rain, not just a little bit. The other thing as well is the fact that what grass we get left now is getting is sort of losing its quality because it's getting stalky and it's drying out, so the milk will drop back because it's not going to be lush grass if it's too dry. Anyway, let's look how this is going. These blooming bull thistles, they're a pain. I've got to cut them down. How are we doing on the? There, we want to get to about there. Hey, oh look, it's actually got 500. So we started there, which is what? Oh, it's got gallons on it, look. You won't know what to do with gallons, will you?
I don't do gallons.
Gallons, look, you can work it out. So
it's American, isn't it?
No, yeah it is, but it used to be English. That's interesting, isn't it? How weird is that? Maybe this was an American container. Look, you can work out the equivalence. 25 gallons there is equivalent to 100 litres. How about that? Even I didn't know that, and I grew up a little bit with Imperial.
Just the water line here?
Yeah, it's going down quick, mind, isn't it? Look, when it gets to 500, we need to stop. It's there. So you need to shut it off in a minute. So we put 300 litres on there, which is a fair drop. We might have to do it again another day, I think.
Leave it till next Monday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, turn it off. That leaves us 250 litres for the other two trees, which are smaller. Okay? So if you pull that out, this is the hardest bit. Got it? That's it. Stick that on the trailer and we'll go and do the other two. Right, we're going to just going up to the orchard now to do these two young trees. Now this is more prevention is better than cure. I looked at them the other day, they seemed okay. I haven't looked at them yesterday or today, so I don't know how they are now, but they didn't look to be suffering. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure they will have problems if I don't put water on them. So we're going to just put water on these two young apple trees now. And I mean, it's, considering the time of day, it is blooming hot. In the UK, we're just not used to these temperatures really, are we? Right, what's this one like? It's still green, isn't it? The leaves are looking a bit flaccid though. Do you get that side down on there a minute? I need to change the post on there, don't I? Yeah.
slowly you said I need to do 4.
Just do one and then do the other one. It does really annoy me when I see all these trees planted in housing estates that are just left, because the size of the trees they put up, it must cost them a lot of money to put that landscaping in, yet no one seems to go around doing care on them afterwards. Right, let that down slowly then, otherwise it's quite heavy and it'll just hinge down and whack you. We don't want that. Right, you alright? Once you get past, that's it. Right, pipe time. Where is it? I used to do that in the other orchard all the time with the trees. When I planted the new orchard 10 years ago over there, I had to do all the trees there quite regularly. Right.
This is the best one, look, Dad.
You might be better putting it on there, because you can rest it on there. That's it. That's it. Do you reckon that's about the right length? It looks about right, doesn't it? Oh, that's perfect. If you angle it, there you go. All right, turn it on. Go. Perfect. Right, turn it down a little bit because it's overshooting. Reduce the flow. Bit more. Keep going. Cut it back. We're just a little bit too far out. Put it there. That's it. That's fine. That's it. That's it. Keep it on the trunk and it'll sort of act like a sprinkler. Look at that. And you've got to get it down to 250. So that's okay.
About there.
That will, as long as we spread it on there, that's it. That will soak in really well in the ground.
It's even got a fruit in it.
I know it has. First year. There we go. Good job too. While we're waiting to that water, I'll just give you a quick flashback of us planting these trees. I can't remember when it was. Must have been about March, February, March time. Quick flashback. Here we are. This is us planting this one and the one over there. What have you got here? What are the labels?
Okay, so we've got Spartan.
Spartan, those are lovely red apples. They're really nice. My favourite apple, actually.
Okay.
You'll be able to come back and pick those for your
love
fruit
to.
bowl.
Amazing.
They're the really dark red apples. They look really nice.
Okay.
And we've got Ellison's Orange, which I have to be honest, I've never had.
Yeah, I think that's a sort of russety apple. That's a nice. It's got a sort of orangey tinge to the. I think there might be one of those in, if it's not in this orchard, in the other orchard. So brilliant, right? We've got a way to go yet, haven't we?
Well, we've got about another 200 years.
Yeah, what were we on? 500, weren't we?
Yeah, that's 400 there.
So we've gone down. Yeah, that's about 400 there, isn't
We
it?
have to get down to there.
Yeah. Okay. We have to get down to there. Yeah. So we're about halfway there. That's good. It's better to give it a good soak, though, isn't it? You can see why it needs it. Look, we've got some pears on this tree here. Going to be a good year for pears, as long as it doesn't get too dry and they drop off. These are conference, they're lovely. Just walked down to the tree that blew over in the winter. It's actually still alive, which is unbelievable because it's hardly got any root system left. I'm surprised this one won't die with the drought. Look, most of the root is out of the ground. Only a fraction is in, and it's still alive. And so the mistletoe's still alive as well, which is good. Look, there's still leaves on the tree. That's a bit of a miracle, really. For the size of the tree, I thought that would die. Right, must be nearly over. That's probably enough, Jack. Turn it off now. Right, you're right, that's really stiff, that. Okay, let's get over and do the other one. Need to clean this window. I can't see out of it very well. Right, am I going to get round here? This is a bit of a tighter squeeze. Just see whether I've got it parked near enough. I should rest it on the top bar. Put it on the top bar first. The next bar up. That's it. That's perfect, isn't it? I think. Right, let's do. Got to supervise, haven't you, and your dad? Right. Let's switch her on then. Load her up, big boy. Fire! Look at that. That is what we should have done first of all. That's much better. That's right at the bottom, isn't it? Look at that. And the good thing is, you see, if you rest it on that rail, you haven't got to do anything. You can just leave it. The hardest bit is judging this distance to get it spot on for that. Because I've done so many of those trees in the other orchard that it's difficult to get it spot on, and it's taken me a while to work out where to park. So another 250 litres on there. In the meantime, you know, it's blooming hot in this cab because there's no aircon. I've got a blower in there, but the filter's blocked up. There's a paper filter. So I'm going to get that out in a bit when we finish here, and I'm just going to blow it out with the compressor because I'm too tight to buy a new filter. I don't really know why we need the filter. I guess it's to stop it all, get the mechanism of the heater actually getting clogged up with it. So that probably, yeah, look, there it is. It's in the top of here. So there, down there is a paper element you can just see, and that is all blocked up, so the blower's not working properly. See, it's coming out pretty quick now. It'll slow down eventually. Look. That's also, there we go. These are walnuts. Look at that, they're quite big. That green outer casing is sort of a fleshy bit that just comes off, and then there's a nut underneath that. My dad planted these two. There's one here, and another one over there. They're lovely trees. Lovely orchard. I absolutely love having an orchard. It's a lovely place to be. We've got the bees down there from John. You're looking a bit hot, Jack. Did you get sunburned today? No. You got a bit of a tan, haven't you? You actually get a tan. I don't get a tan. That's the thing.
Still don't really
You got a bit of a tan. Yeah, you got. Well, I suppose I got farmer tan, but it stops. Look, it stops on my arm and my neck. Look, if you do, I mean, you see that farmer tan. Look, it stops just there. Typical farmer, that is.
Water's slowing down now.
Yeah, it's reducing. That is a good soak, isn't it?
Does it come out the other end then?
We're down nearly to 25 litres, so we'll stop in a minute. It's the one thing about trees I've learned is that you just can't plant them and leave them. You have to keep going back. You have to protect them from rabbits. You see, I've got plastic coil on them. Protect them from cattle. You've got the guard here to stop the cattle eating them. And then basically you've got to make sure that they survive at least the first couple of years by watering them, because the chances are the root structure isn't developed enough. You plonk a fairly established tree, because you're not planting a little tiny one, you're planting that one there's what, 5-6 foot high. You plant that in the ground, you can't expect it to suddenly put all its roots down after it's been transplanted, because they will have lost some roots probably when it was dug out. So you have to keep an eye on them and water them, and this is what we're doing. So yeah, so plant a tree, you've got to look after it, and as you know, in that other orchard, even at 10 years old, I'm still checking them and looking after them. Right, I think we're probably nearly done, aren't we? Got a little bit more, and then we'll head back in. Well, it is straight out of the tap, that water, but the trouble is it's been in this manky container. I wouldn't trust it. If you look in the top, it's probably got a lot of gunk in there. Might be a dead rat in there or anything.
Probably isn't dead.
No, it's sealed, but it had loads of dirt and stuff in it. I wouldn't drink it. Right, may that do then. All right, mate. Let's go. Right. That was 1,000 litres of water nearly, well, just under 900 perhaps. All gone on these 3 trees. Right, let's head back to the farm. Right, now I've got to get this out of here. I think I might have to slide the seat board. I've got to undo these screws. Let's pull that out. Look at the state of that.
Lovely.
So there's the, ooh, I'm leaning on the horn. So no wonder the blower isn't working. But that is the block side. That's what it should look like. So I'm just going to take it around and put the air compressor on it. Do you want to have a go on that? Got a little gun thingy fire. Right, let's take this round. Oh, that's disgusting. Why I just tap some of it out on there, look. Christ, look at that. It's like your pants.
Oh, big fire.
Hey? It's like Dad's pants after haymaking. I wouldn't stand there, you're going to get covered in it. Crikey, if I just do that, that's pretty good. Oh my goodness, look at it. Let's get.
You can see it all rising.
Oh, it's everywhere. Do you know the problem is, you take that. Problem is, that's where I've left the back window open when I'm working, and as you know, the dust comes in, goes onto the grill, and then sits on that filter, and then suddenly, when you put the blower on, it's not actually blowing any air out, which is the only cooling I've got, because I've got no aircon. Right, we're going to get the air compressor going, and we're just going to blast that out, I think. Right, you got it? Here's the compressor, but look at this stupid short cable on it. I don't think it'll hardly reach the plug. If I move it, I can just about get it to the plug. Oh, it's ridiculous. Why would you put a cable on a flipping thing like this? It's like a metre long. You want bloody 2 metres minimum. Right, that might just about do it. Right. No, I've got to wait for the pressure to build up. Blow through that way. That's it. Right, Jack's just doing the hoovering with the left air. Alright, I'm putting this back now. So this is better than it was. I think it's nearly time for a new filter, though. Being a farmer, I think I can get one more season out of this, and then you know, I've done most of my work now, so then I'll need to get a new filter. But without that compressor, this was complete write-off, so just goes to show it's worth having the compressor on the farm. I'll just put this back in the cab, and then we'll just check the blower, because literally it was like hardly anything coming out of it before, but now I think I can actually get a bit of draft. I just wish I'd done this before I'd done the haymaking. Look, there's the dirt I actually tipped out. Look at that, it's disgusting, isn't it? Right. The trouble is because I've pulled it out once or twice and done this, it's starting to, well look, there's the product code on that. It's starting to break down the actual paper around it. Alright, let's fit that back in. Let's see if we got a little bit of air. Oh, all dust blowing out now. And there's one. What's that air blowing? Better than it was. It's okay. It's better than nothing. It's not aircon. I wish I'd had it before the other day though, but it's not brilliant. Still, I need to buy a new filter. I think I just have to bite the bullet and buy a new one, because at the end of the day it's still probably a little bit blocked up. Oh, I've got dust everywhere in my mouth. Right, anyway, we're done now. I'm gonna have a cider actually. Right, crack on everyone, crack on. Crack on.